This is what happens when you get a gay guy and a Cuban together.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
That's why it's
art.
It's art.
But anyways,
it's so gross too because he's like, I used to do theater.
All right, fucking Nathan Lane, Jesus Christ. But anyways, I started watching the show I'm Dying Up Here, and like I've always been a class clown, always loved comedy. I remember watching Fluffy before he was Fluffy, seeing him on fucking Last Comic Standing when he got kicked off for bringing a fucking Blackberry on there. I remember watching other big dudes like Ralphie May get up there and rock a crowd, and that shit spoke out to me. I remember staying up to like 2 o'clock in the morning watching George Lopez, one of his first specials I saw on HBO Comedy Central.
Why are you crying?
And why are you crying? Hey, why are you crying? Let me give you something to cry about. You wanna go to McDonald's? You wanna go to McDonald's? Fucking George Lopez, man, he always killed.
He's one of my favorites.
Carlos Mencia, I loved Carlos Mencia so much, but he broke my fucking heart, bro. I remember 7th grade, they said write a essay about your hero. I chose Carlos Mencia. And when Joe Rogan, your hero, what the fuck? Holy shit. When Joe Rogan, your fucking hero, came up there and outed his ass, like, I was like, you're a bitch, dude, really? Like, how you gonna steal that? Bobby Lee probably would have been much more famous if Carlos Mencia didn't take a lot of his shit. He fucking spat on all these dudes and stepped over them, and that's not the way you do it, man. You don't steal other people's shit. You work together with, like, we're about to get ready to fucking do here, and I feel that shit.
Well,
like,
and the funny thing about him, too, is he's not even Hispanic.
No, he's like German or some shit. Like, you're gonna, my people, our people, Carlos. Yeah, Ned.
Exactly.
Fuck you, Ned.
Calling people beaners.
Calling people beaners. That's racist. You a racist motherfucker. But I wrote an essay on him in 7th grade. I had my heart broken by him. But anyways, growing up, went through loved comedy, and I just decided 7 months ago, I was sitting there playing Magic the Gathering with my buddy CJ, shout out to DJ CJ, we're like real men, you know, because we're real men who settle our shit the real way.
What a dork.
Tap, tap, motherfucker, tap.
What a bunch of
And we're sitting there, and yeah, whatever. I'm a nerd. But we're sitting there, we're playing that, and I just, you know, I wrote down some raps. I rap a little bit, just a little bit, a little something. But and I wrote down some jokes, and I tried out a joke on them. It was one of my favorite ones to do. Always gets a good one. It's you know, some things are scarier than others, right? Some things are scarier than others. You got what's scarier, zombies or ghosts? Most people name off. What's it? Zombies think zombies, right? Because when the zombie outbreak happens and people are out fighting off the undead hordes, I'm gonna be up in Haunted Manor chilling with Casper the Poltergeist, and he's gonna be like, "I will eat your soul." I'm gonna be like, "Yeah, well, they're gonna eat my face, so I'm gonna stay right here." Right? That was the first joke I tried out on him, and he laughed. He's like, "Dude, you definitely got to do that." And I was like, "Fuck yeah!" And then I tried out more jokes on my buddy David Robledo, who was my first MC. You know, he's got a family, hasn't been able to make it out. Still love that man on platonic way. He wears socks, but and he liked it, and I was just practicing in the living room with my buddies, and that's when I decided to go downstairs to Gators Umatilla. I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna go do comedy. I'm gonna throw myself to the wolves, and I'm gonna market myself as a comedian. I never did it before. The first time I ever performed, I put the flyers out there, put them all around town. Everybody knew me because I worked at the local gas station. Won't mention that for legal purposes, but 70 people showed up to my first show. And people I all knew from working at this gas station. And when I say everything happens for a reason, I know that. I know every fucking thing you do, every little thing you do happens for a reason. If I wouldn't have stayed at this bullshit ass job, making bullshit ass money, killing myself, something told me to stay there. Something told me to stay there, said you're here for a reason. And if I wouldn't have met all these people, they wouldn't have been there at my first night at the comedy show. The first night I did that comedy show, there was a lady there who I've told her several times, like, you're going to be my future agent. She came up to me and she said, hey, her name was Holly Curley, very nice lady. Shout out to Holly Curley, who runs Holly Curley Realty Incorporated, whatever, go there, great people. But she came up to me.
Umatilla.
Yeah. She came up to me, she's like, hey, I run my own comedy show that I do once a year for the Realtors of North Lake Council, Women Realtors of North Lake Council. And I already have 3 other comedians who are doing it really good. Matthew Elliott, love Matt, Fatty Matty's Nutty Butter, get that, it's on the market. Dawn Schutz, aka Dawn Star, very lovely lady, all-American woman, and Samantha Ivy, so fucking talented. Honestly, I'm a bit of a misogynist sometimes, and I didn't know if chicks were funny before I met Sam, but Sam fucking kills. She plays guitar.
That's my Sarah Geimer.
But she's great. But
Gina G.
I opened up for them. Holly Curley came up to me at the end of my first show. She was there. She said, I thought you did really good. If you want to open up for these guys, I'll pay you. I went out and they filled that place up, over 100 people. It's like 125 people in there. That place was packed. And I opened up for these three other comedians, and I got networked with them, and they've been out to my show since. And I opened up for Matt, and then I hosted my first gig for Matt Elliott at the show he put on in Port Orange at the Thank You 5 Theater. Check out the Thank You 5, the stage at Thank You 5 in Port Orange. Great place. Oh man, yeah. But and it was a great time, and we're gonna be doing it again next month. Matt's gonna be there at my show on Saturday. Jesse will meet him. Matt's fucking hilarious. I want to get them. I even reached out to them. I was like, guys, you got to get involved in this scene we're starting here, because man, this is big shit we're starting here. This is big shit we're gonna fucking do. You got the same vision I do, and you live 20 fucking minutes away from me, and we're both trying to do the same thing. You started this shit a year ago. I started this shit 7 months ago. We got a 3 month head start. You're a smooth fucking talker. You're a smooth fucking talker. Yes, you are, sir. You are. And I know that's something we need on this team. We need that guy to go out there and talk up these bars, and let's get on the same level, and let's make this shit fucking happen. Start our own scene around here.
No doubt.
Let's have them Orlando people, all great guys, but it's hard to get the fuck out there. And want you guys coming out to us, we'll come out to you. We'll connect that shit. Imagine what we can do. Imagine what we can do if we start a scene here and connect with these scenes, connect with that scenes. The world is starving for entertainment, not just these little towns.
We're gonna pass around the offering plate when it's time.
The world is starving for entertainment. There's a lot of fucked up shit going on in the world right now. Right? And I like to think of the entire universe as the human body. What happens when you get sick? You send out antibodies to fight that. Comedians, entertainers, all the people that spread joy are the antibodies, bro. It's up to us to go out into the world that's why there's such an uprising in comedy. Everybody wants to do comedy. Everybody wants to go out and make people feel good and make things better. Because we got so much shit being shoved down our throat every day of be fearful, be scared. This is what's going on in the world. No, I want to go out there and make people feel good. I want people to hear my voice and make them feel good the way they make me feel good. And you feel it. You feel it when you're up there, right? You feel it when you're up there and you're like, that energy. It's like a game of catch. It comes to you and you put it back. It comes to you and you put it back. Because, and I deeply believe this, that all comedians, all the good ones at least, are conduits. You take the energy in, and you're able, whether it's negative or positive, you can switch it around, and you put it back out there. Some fucking drunken asshole comes up in a fucking gator cap and sits down on the chair next to you in the middle of your set. That's it. You can use that and fucking put that shit back out there, man.
And the other thing too is so similar to his story of him growing up in the hood and shit. I grew up in a wealthy, affluent home with a very extravagant family with a dad who had very big ideas. And when I came into the scene a year ago, I jokingly say I'm the Damon Dash of comedy, because I'm much more comfortable soliciting a bar and building this entire show than I am trying to go out. And it's not even because I don't want to do my jokes. It's because I don't want to drive anymore and do 5-minute sets.
Yeah.
Like, I like long. Do you do long sets at your?
Oh yeah. I go on.
Yeah. So the thing is like I just think in the world of comedy, the way I looked at it and analyzed it is you have the open mic, which is like an entry level for people who are like you, who are like wanted to see what it would turn out and this and that and this and that. So you try it, and then there becomes like in Orlando, which I felt like I wasn't very welcomed.
Honestly, I felt the same, but it's probably just we're going to call these isolated experiences, because there were some very good people there. There were some very, very talented, very friendly people, but it did feel like outsiders weren't welcome, and you can't walk into a place and expect to be welcomed right out the bat.
Well, actually, the thing about it though is one of the ways that I built my room is that the artists, the talent, are treated with dignity.
Absolutely. And that's the way, absolutely.
And guys, if you're third on the list, you go up third, motherfuckers. But anyway,
fair, man.
I don't understand. But I love you, Young Bucks. But the thing about it is what ends up happening is it becomes their Magic the Gathering. So like they end up becoming like, and it's cool because these are young people. They're beginning their lives. Yeah. Awkward as fuck because this new millennials are. I mean, a
lot of us are.
Yeah, but you're working you have a job full time. You have your own place.
I'm a grown ass man.
Right. Like I said, when you get to the point where you stop having to explain to them that in another year you'll be a year older, that's when you transition to grown and sexy is what I call myself.
I consider myself grown and sexy.
Yeah, I mean, usually my my hat, my undershirt, and my boxers and my socks match. I'm grown. Okay.
I got holes in my socks. But you can't
exactly. But the thing is when you do these rooms, the first entry level is open mics. Mm-hmm. Now, the next level, and maybe you know this, maybe you don't, because I learned it because of the politics, okay? And I kind of just studied and I listened. There's another level above that, and that's called the workout room. And what that is touring comics like Mike Hurley, shout out Mike, like Duncan J, like Vince Taylor, there are like Zenith Nevers, Genesis, that these guys are professionally touring comedians. And you can't bring new material out and just think it's going to be funny and say, oh yeah, I'll go with that. Yeah. No, you work a set out, you work material out, you cut the bugs out, you cut the fat, you tweak it, and you have to go to these secret rooms and perform this material so that you can listen, you record it. I record all my sets in high res. It's one of the selling features it would get for me to get one big name out, because even a big name, like for instance, shout out Zenith Nevers, I don't know if you know him, but he's a comedian / motivational speaker, and he's actually got some big things going on, but he actually performed his one-man show in my room for the very first time. He actually booked the whole night. We didn't start doing comedy until he was done, but this sumbitch went Lord of the Rings and went like 3.5 hours, because the first hour and a half, let's say, was his new stuff, which he does this interacting thing with a big flat screen television, and he had the TV set up. We had a tent, a pavilion. That was all we had. So, and we had like 60 people there, and he did the full set, and it was clunky. It was clunky because he recorded it, then he took it home, and he got to tweak and manipulate. But I actually was pretty honored that this fucking nationally touring comedian would even do that. But now, frankly, he needed me. Yeah, but we all need each other. At the same time, well, I need, pretty big. And also, we've had Eric Dowes, shout out Dale, who's about to leave to start his next chapter in Atlanta. Good shit. Dale is one of those highfalutin comics that's making a good living. I love you, fucking Eric Dowes, but he's a cruise comic, and he makes. I hear they make good money, and he also performs on average in front of 5,000 people a week. So when he comes out of there, he has such big money, big contracts with the cruise ships that he can pretty much. He just rents fully furnished places wherever he wants. And as long as he's back on the ship when the ship leaves, he has these like 3-week hiatuses. That sounds awesome. So now he's going to move to ATL because there's a good scene booming there. So he's at a point in his career where he can come off the ship, walk into a paid gig, and they'll make room for him. You know what I mean? And pay him because he's that good. Yeah. And shout out Dale. And I mean, he actually walked away from a big contract in Branson, Missouri, because it was too hacky. It was too... commercial. You know what Branson is? I've heard. Branson is like a giant Disney meets Dollywood. It's like this gathery Republican, super religious. But once you get there, they're all swinging and drinking and doing. That's it. They're wild. Kind of hypocritical, Branson. That's all. Oh no, Branson's where it's the Lord can see you. Every big comic performs in Branson. They just don't perform full time in Branson. Gotcha. So I mean, it'd be like a Wayne Newton kind of town, real old school, tacky, in my opinion. So, but the thing is, and I know it's super late and y'all got to get back. So I mean, we have many days in the future we're going to be doing this, but I just wanted to make sure the universe got to meet you. You're definitely new on the scene. Your timing is excellent. And that's something that, I don't know, you said you've been doing this 7 months, but you've got a lot of material and your timing is really good. You have a naturally funny sense about you. So immediately, like I said, I mean, it's so funny. I find these little nuggets out in the country. When Orlando should have sucked you up a long time ago, so I'm glad they did. Thanks, man. That fucking. Well, I mean, no, seriously, it's kind of like it's good for Orlando because there's so many fucking people doing comedy right now in Orlando that if you're there doing the politics, you might get sets, but they're not paid sets. Yeah. I'm working out, like, I've got, I invited you. You're coming out tomorrow night, too, absolutely, right? I will be there. And then you got the Saturday on April 14th. Saturday, Gators Umatilla, we're doing Saturday night, Mike night, our once a month
comedy show.
And that's the last Saturday of every month.
The last Saturday of every month. This month is an extra week. We're doing it on the 4th, but it's the 4th Saturday, which is usually the last Saturday of every month.
Well, unless I have a paid gig that night, I'll definitely be at the next one.
Yeah, no, yes, we said.
But the April 14th is our filming Genesis special, which everyone's going to get filmed that night. We're going to throw you up there because those people love comedy after comedy after comedy. So we'll have you do a 15-minute set or something just to get everybody warmed up. But the whole idea is we'll get you out there, we'll get you, we'll get you on a circuit, and we'll get you. See, another part of it, and I know we're going to wrap up soon, but another part of it is just with the social media thing. Brendan Schaub has only been doing comedy for like 2 or 3 years, and he's on the improv circuit. Why? Because he has like 10 million followers. So that's the other reason why your social media is absolutely, it's almost,
I got it.
Dude, it's almost more important.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
you gotta network. You gotta put it out there.
The glitz, the glamour, they pick on me because I own 2 dragons. I mean, it's not every day you know motherfuckers that own 2 dragons. I got them.
Khaleesi had 3, now she only has 2.
Right,
Matches up.
Poncho and Lefty. And they're going to be out there at April 14th at the big show.
Fuck yeah.
And the thing about it is that we talked about how I got that show, but that show, literally, I made it come to an existence. They do stuff, but they don't do stuff outside of the normal circuit.
Yeah.
But because I gave them a free year, and I would come out and I was always smiling, I was always loving on them because they're lovable. And the thing about it is, finally, this motherfucker is like, all right, motherfucker, let's see. And then, like I said, my goal, because he's like, we could get 100 in there. And I jokingly say, in my mind, what my inspiration is 05 Kid Rock Spring Break. When he would come out in front of 50,000 people in an arena with his white fur robe, and he had midgets on, little people on tricycles, and fire breathers and contortionists. That's my whole shit. I want to get those floppy things, and I want to get 2 big ones to go.
Floating arm tube man.
Right, but I'm going to go an extra mile, and Jim and I are going to create a fucking outfit for him, and he's going to have a microphone and the cables flying around. And it's
safe.
Underneath it'll say stand-up show tonight.
That's awesome.
And we're going to put them in front of the bars like half a day before, so that they run all day.
That's fucking genius.
And then I'm going to buy 2 little ones that are gonna be doing this the whole time we're performing.
You gotta get people's attention,
and we do all this because the thing is when I first of all, I must encourage everybody. I encourage everybody. You should get on board with podcasts. You should start listening to them. Sleep with them and let them sleep. Don't fuck with Bill Burr when you sleep, though. He'll give you nightmares.
I love Bill Burr.
I love him too. His new shit is good because he's a baby.
Yeah.
But his old shit when he was a single guy.
Profound as fuck.
Profound, but you can't sleep on him, dude. I wake up mad. Because I left him on loop, and it just played to the next one, to the next one, and all I heard was "fuck you" and "fuck you" and "fuck you," and I mean it just rotted my brain. But Joey Diaz, he goes deep.
Joey Diaz, I know Joey Diaz.
But I mean, he goes so deep. Like he eats those edibles, and he'll get into these podcast modes where he starts getting real deep into the sub layers of comedy, where he's giving you brilliance, And same thing with all their fucking what's his name is really open before he passed away. The big fat dude.
Ralphie May. One of my favorite comedians of all time.
Ralphie May was a super cool guy.
Absolutely.
And another little factoid about Ralphie May that I've discovered was the whole time he was a comedian, even when he was up and coming, he sold weed.
Really? I can see him being the weed man.
But the thing about it is that just gives you like the idea. Like I drive Uber, just because I'm a full-time.
I assistant manage a gas station. I'm still a comedian.
Right. Well, the thing is like I'm a full-time comedian by any means necessary.
Yeah.
And when I work out, like I'm trying with this new material for Shout Out April 14th, Grown and Sexy. We're both going to be there.
Yeah.
That show is going to be the opportunity because he's like 100 people out and he'd be happy, and I'm thinking 300.
Shit. Fuck yeah, man.
So if we meet in the middle and I get 150, I break bread, make a nice little bit of money, and he's impressed by what happened. Because more importantly to making money is to get that room to make more money in the future.
Absolutely.
I'm going to do a thing if you want to fucks with it in
I'll fucks with
October.
whatever you want to fucks with, brother.
In October, we're okay. When I was asking you about you need to find an internet magazine, somebody that's close. Reach out to them and say, come out to my show. We'll promote you. You promote me. And then what happened was I reached out and found my bullet, my ace in the hole is Anzia from Anzia Magazine. 200,000 monthly readers. She's a hustler just like all of us.
Shit.
We've been here at midnight the night before Thanksgiving doing podcasting. We're actually looking at doing some stuff which I can't break out yet, but we got plans. I have no chemistry issues, interest with this woman. I told her she's a sharp samurai sword. I would never put my dick in a sharp samurai sword. You're a
or don't stick your dick in crazy either. You don't want to stick your dick in crazy.
Well, I grab it. That's my kryptonite.
Dude.
I love me a crazy bitch. I love me a crazy bitch.
Play with the fire in their eyes.
But the thing is she and I have some stuff that we're doing, and I'll get you set up, and she'll do a write-up on you. Every comic I bring her is gold, so I'll get you a write-up. That's 300,000. That then is another thing you put on your resume. And the thing is in October, she and I are doing a partnership concert series of just comedy shows. We're not making a dime on it. My sister owns businesses down in West Palm. She's a business owner. She knows other business owners. She's got me Friday night, Saturday night, $2 million rooms. Like, one of them is the hottest club in West Palm, and the other one is like this amazing Asian restaurant that they converted this motherfucker $1 million worth of conversions. It's dope. So 2 nights, 2 shows, filmed in high res with a guaranteed full audience, guaranteed pack, and they'll yell at whatever we tell them to yell at. So we're gonna film it all as a double special. This year, like a dumbass, I put out my first special 6 months after I started, 38 minutes when I did that show. I showed you the pictures.
Yeah.
So like a dumbass, I'm thinking to myself, and first of all, this is not the dumbass part. Netflix is buying 30-minute specials.
Oh yeah, they are.
So the deal is,
I got an idea for Netflix.
why the fuck would they not? Well, like, what the difference between mine and all the other fucking things? If they'll throw me 10 G's and buy my 30-minute special, gone, baby. So dumbass me, you know what I come up with? I make this fucking thing. I'm gonna do 3 specials this year, all different, all new material for each special. So as soon as April's done, from April to October, I have to come up with an hour's worth of material, all brand new, because I'm going to shoot 3 specials in 18, 1 in 17, 4 specials before 2019. And the first one's booty, but it's the start. I said it's the Super Troopers of stand-up comedy. The most amazing first 3 minutes, and then a mediocre 35 minutes after that. But the first 3 minutes is dope. But the thing is, each of these rooms are going to have hot, and then what Anzia brings in the mix is we're going to go down there and say, hey, we're going to do a whole write-up on the concept, the plan, and the initiation of this plan to do these big shows for no money out of pocket. And so we're going to go down there and say, hey, you guys, you own a lighting and sound show. If they don't already have it, which the nightclub probably does, but the Chinese restaurant might not. Hey, you guys do light and sound. If you donate this, we'll include you into this scheme, into this 300,000 monthly reader magazine article in a magazine that's based in Florida. So you'll get all that promotion. So everybody's already jumping on board. Even the nightclubs are. Like, they're like totally like, oh, you'll put us in the magazine, 300,000 monthly readers? Done. So the thing is when these shows get shot, it's going to be, she's the editing guru and the film guru. I ain't shit. This is a fucking camcorder. Okay? So the thing is she's going to actually do a real fucking shoot. 2 nights, no fucking improv. I mean, no mistakes. It's our shit. They might be able to edit some of the shit out, but there's no second take. And we fucking throw balls to the wall. And the thing is we can have specials cut, separated, and you'll have a special. You'll have 3 specials if you do all 3 shows with me.
I'll fucking do it.
You know what I'm saying?
I'll fucking do it.
So that's the thing that makes the reality is everything fell into place. Because see, I have the Electric Bill tour. But I know amazing people who own, like, I could build a thing in West Palm. Between West Palm and the Electric Bowl tour, I can make my own circuit. And then once the circuit is set, a gigantic kidney that goes through the state of Florida, and we just roll it around in a giant circle. So All right, chill out, man. It's late.
Listen. All right. You send goosebumps down me, man. Like, I see it. You see it, right? You see that vision? You see it right there? You see the same fucking thing I'm seeing right there? Let's do it, bro. Let's do it. I'm in 100%.
Now it's gonna get done.
Exactly, bro. Exactly.
So, I joke with Jesse because Jesse's, one of my bullets. But Jesse will be like, all I want to do is stand in front of a mic and speak. And I'm like, well, that's fucking obvious. But he's talented, but at the same time, it takes... You don't even need to be as good as Jesse, because I'm not nearly as good, as funny as him. But I'm the one that's trying to find the success in it. And he'll probably find it. Chances are because of me, but he'll find it regardless because already he's got a gig. Cal opportunities are moving, but you have to be able to fucking jump on the opportunity. And you seem like somebody that...
Go on.
Yeah, like I said, you seem like you have that Latin work ethic that maybe you could.
That's just
because Jesse's just too fucking white. Jesse lives in. I fucking make fun of him all the time. Right now he's about to move out, but he's staying at his dad's. It's on 10 acres, right? You got to pull down this fucking driveway, turn around, come back, and they park the cars behind everything on this 10 acres. So there's like a building, and then there's another building, and then there's a house, but there's no fucking lights. So as soon as I turn the lights off and I fucking turn the car off, and it's all you hear is crickets. And fucking
ding, 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 ding.
And I'm like, what the flying fuck?
Dueling
and I
banjos?
open up the door and I'm walking with the flashlight and everything looks like dirt and fucking trees, and all of a sudden I hear, what are you doing? Waiting on you, motherfuckers, because I'm scared Bigfoot's gonna come take me. Alright? I don't even know which direction to go right now. So that's fucking Jesse. So Jesse, and I pick on him but with love. But Jesse, he's a comedian, but he's not necessarily a promoter. I want you to know,
this is my read on you, man. Is you're a comedian. You're absolutely a comedian. You're a funny guy. You're an agent, man.
Right.
You're that guy that gets that shoe in and gets that brings the rest of the dudes with him.
See,
you're the talker. You're the smooth talker, and who can back it up.
It's a blessing and a curse. Ask all my exes.
Yeah.
You know how much quality women I've brought into my life totally to fuck up their credit they were charmed by my smile and sales pitch. Yeah. I'm sorry.
I would never sign anything without reading it.
But I have this whole speech. It's part of my bit where I say, I'm like, you remember Kung Fu? The old Kung Fu, bald-headed white dude, James Carradine, and he walked around. So I'm like...
Autoerotic asphyxiation.
Right. Well, actually, there's more to that. It wasn't self-done.
Okay, all right, that's a different...
That was a Yakuza hit.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Neither was Chester Bennington or Chris Cornell, and I'll probably die in
No, I don't know what's going on with those two because I don't know them, but he was found with a dildo shoved up his ass.
Wow, I didn't know that.
Hanging by the throat with a dildo shoved up his ass. That's a shameful hit. That guy owed somebody some money, and they killed him, in the most shameful way possible. In the Yakuza, Japan, they knew all about that shit. They're like, But in America, they're like, what do you mean he was fucking hanging with a dick hanging out of his ass? But, on the other side of the world, that makes sense, okay? Yeah. But the thing is, he was a real douchebag anyway. Really? But the deal is in real life, I'm the kung fu. I don't get into relationships, I'm just walking the earth. Because I'm tired of breaking credit and messing up hearts. That's the whole joke. And it's the truth, because it's like, it's horrible. It's horrible being me and women having to put up with it. And I apologize for all the girls I've loved before, for all the hoes I'm coming for. I'm sorry.
Two different things, but
So anyways, so the Chitlin Circuit, the Electric Bill Money Tour, we're gonna put it together. We're my hope and prayers to have rooms Monday through Thursday.
I want to get this last word in here.
Please. Well, and then we're gonna end with the message to the universe. Well, I'll tell you about that in a second. Go ahead.
A message to the universe.
You want to hear about it first?
Yeah.
All right. At the end of every show, I am archiving the messages to the universe. Remember that story about if these three things don't happen, right? Mm-hmm. Remember the Chinese kids on the other side of the world? If those three things don't happen and we keep progressively moving forward, right? Shout out my guru, Joe Rogan, has 1,100 plus episodes of his podcast over the course of almost 10 years.
Yeah.
So 100 years from now, if none of those three things happen and we're still progressing forward, his great grandkids can look back at episode 1 and watch their grandfather for hours, like a history lesson. So I kind of got that idea with the idea too that at the end, because I'm looking for these stories, I ask my guests to take a thought for a second and then give a message to the universe. What you're going to do is you're going to tell people, whether it's now, the people coming up, the people older now, the kids in the future, just whatever's on your heart, you say something to them. And what usually happens is, after the first episode, you come back to another show. I get phone calls all the time. They're like, "Look, I got something for your ass on that message in the universe because I thought about it." And and what I'm going to do is, as time progressively continue to move forward, I'm going to cut those up and edit them and make a whole message to the universe channel. And I'm archiving the messages to the universe of mortal men to their great whatever's in 1,000 years from now, if things keep moving forward. So go ahead, finish your last thought, and then you can have your message to the universe, and then your boy can get 2 hours of sleep before work.
My last thought, I'm going to shift over into the message universe, but real quick, I wanted to just, if it's cool, do some advertising. We're going to be doing our whole thing together, the Grown and Sexy, the Electric Bill Tour, but the fourth Saturday of every month, last Saturday of every month, right, Gators of Umatilla on Central Ave, right there. If you go to the first light in Umatilla, you're there. Take a left. We're doing our own open mic. We want music acts, comedy acts. If you want to get up there and do fucking finger puppets, we don't give a shit. We'll give you time. Get up there and interact with the crowd. We do some improv every time. I'm always there. We got our host, Uncle Bert. Big shout out to Uncle Bert. We got our dude on the house music, DJ CJ, my right hand man, partner in crime. And it's always a good time. We've had some reoccurring comedians. We're definitely gonna have a lot more coming out now. Now that we're breaking into this, and it's gonna be great,
Once
man.
You get the barbarians on deck, shit, we'll fuck up your whole night.
That's so it's gonna be a good time, and I really hope you guys see you out there. And I will. The crowd's been coming out, so I look forward to it every month. They keep me fucking going, man. But
do you put a boost on it?
A boost? What do you mean?
Continue.
That's it. Well, what's a boost?
A Facebook boost.
Oh yeah, I put that shit all over Facebook.
No. A boost, like specific boost. It's $5.
No, I don't.
All right, here's what you do. 1 week before, you put a $5 boost on it, and you can actually, in the boost, you can either click. It'll either say state of Florida or regional. You click regional, and it'll put a circle, and you can line that circle up to 5 miles around your bar. And you can open it and close it, and it'll tell you how many thousands of people you will impact if you say go. Really? And for $5, you will hit that button. And what has happened? Well, Pug's Pub, we had 60 show up. Over here, on average, what I usually, it'll break it down. I can show you after the show, but or we'll show you the next time because you need to sleep. Yeah. But it'll break it down where it'll say 350 people saw it, 35, 40 people, 50 people engaged it. Means they clicked on it and they looked it over, and then usually out of those 50 people, 25 will show for $5.
Good shit, man.
So but there's a whole lot to that too. More creations of the old Brainiac. So, that has nothing to do with that pissant number of followers you have on Facebook. Yeah. It'll impact the people.
They're going up there. It's just dude, I gotta get on my game, man. I'm lazy when it comes to it, so I'll
show you how to do it because it's something that and it's the same thing. It's like Jesse. Shout out Jesse, you bitch ass. All you want to do
fucking guy.
Fuck you. All you want to do is talk on a mic. This fucking guy is an editing genius. Really? And he had a podcast that has 20,000 followers, and he's like hit and misses on it. I'm like, how about I just skull fuck your time check? 1:15. Is it? That's not right, is it? Oh yeah, 1:20 in the morning. This dude over here has to be to work at 6 a.m.
I got shout out to DJ CJ for being my driver, being my right hand man. Thank you. Yeah, you buddy.
Hey buddy over there.
Hey buddy over there.
All right, let's go ahead and say hello. Believe it or not, show us when we started. 1, 2, 3. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, universe. This is Alex Soto for another edition of the Articulate Barbarian, and with us tonight, very special guest, somebody new in my world, but I've pretty much just adopted him into the fold. The one and only Juan Pantaleon.
Nice to be here. Thank you.
Rocking the big city of Umatilla.
Umatilla, represent. Got like 3 cows in a gas station.
Look here. The small town, country little bars, and the little rooms we are taking over. Between the two of us, we have 8 rooms. I won't need to tell you.
He's got 7, I got 1.
But the point I'm trying to make is we are going to build our very own electric bill money tour. my goal is to have these little towns. There are little towns on top of. There's way more little towns than there are big towns.
Oh, out here, they're everywhere, man.
And everywhere you go, all I see is opportunity. And this guy and me, man, it's amazing to finally find another guy that has kind of like
the same vision.
Yeah, like everything's clicking, you know. So he's got a successful room in Umatilla, Gators, and I'll be honest with you, and I'm sure this is just a local town joke, but I thought you were Claremont.
You thought
I thought Gators was in Claremont.
Everybody's like, oh, do you mean Crazy Gator? Do you mean Gators up in Mount Dora? No, Gators of Umatilla.
Right.
Gators.
So this shit is so close to Claremont, y'all. That's a shout out for the people who don't know where the fuck is Umatilla. It's right next to Claremont. It's kind of like when I was in my bar. Our bar, one of my bars, Fat Daddy's. That's my ride or die bitch. Shout out Russ. Fat Daddy's is technically in city limits of South Marin County, Summerfield, Florida. So a person who goes to eat and drinks there on the regular, if somebody goes in there and says, we're in the Villages, they will correct you. We ain't in no Villages, goddammit. Well, for anybody who's outside of this area of like 3 miles and doesn't know where Summerfield is, I say Summerfield / the Villages so that they can put a perspective point on it.
It's way out in East Bumfuck. Like I was driving out there and I was like,
which one?
Just tonight at Fat Daddy's. We were driving out there. I'm kind of like, where the fuck is this place? This is kind of weird. I don't know if I'm gonna roll up and play. Could be banjos playing.
Oh yeah,
shit.
you could very well.
Right. Some Puerto Rican dude invites me from a comedy club to come out to the middle of the woods at like 9 o'clock at night on a what's today? Thursday. On a Thursday. So I didn't know what to expect, but it was fucking awesome, dude.
So Juan came into my life. Well, actually, we physically met for the first time at Pug's Pub at our first set out there.
But you hit me up before that.
But there's an underlying thread when I talk about social media and how you can get it to. See, I got into social media like literally, what month is it now? 4 months in. So 10 months ago was when I was introduced to Facebook.
So you never heard of MySpace?
Well, no, but listen, when in 2008, actually in 2007, I bankrupted out and left left the blue collar. I had a giant paint and body shop with a huge striping and lettering, and we did fire trucks. I had the biggest paint booth in Marin County, big story, making big money, and then the fucking economy tanked, and I thought I could keep it going. So with my brilliance, I got us to this point. Needless to say, drywallers were making 6 figures a year when the money was hitting. Everybody was making money.
Yeah.
So when I left that industry, I then went in 2008. I then switched over and got in. What was I even talking about? I'm so high. I don't even know what the fuck am I talking about my history.
I don't know. You kind of I was letting you go because it's my first podcast to doing this. So I was like, what?
I met this motherfucker on Facebook. Oh no, that's what it is.
Yeah.
So 10 months ago, I got introduced to Facebook. When I got out of when I bankrupted out, I was so burned out on life. I stopped technology altogether because I felt like I didn't need it anymore. I put my time in. I don't want any more to do with this.
Go off the grid.
I went off the grid with fucking technology. So fast forward now to 10 months ago when I was like introduced to Facebook because they were like, you need to have a Facebook so that you can get checked. All right,
networking, man.
So they fucked up and showed me 3 things to do and then left.
So you were liking pictures, putting heart emojis, and inviting random people you didn't know to.
Well, this is what happened. In 4 months, I had 5,000 Facebook friends.
How the fuck? I got like 300 after like 12 years.
I have right now. I'm maxed out on Facebook, and I still get congratulations. You made 100 friends this month because I'm now whittling out.
I need more friends.
My circles get small. Well, here's the thing. With that, and then I've got almost 2,000 on Instagram at this point. But Instagram doesn't have as much focal control where you can focus a circle 5 miles around and advertise for $5 a week. That's the best thing that's ever happened to promotions. But when you were talking about I think it's almost more important to have a good, what is it? When they say my pull-out game is strong. If you have a if you have a good promo game, like if your promo game is strong, you can actually work into getting bigger comics better
No,
talent.
dude, it's all about advertising.
Right, advertising. So
you shove it down their throats till they fucking love it.
Right, so when you have 5,000 Facebook friends and 85% of them are within 20 miles of your address, you know, you can really get a lot of work done.
Yeah.
And then also, I also have other tricks where I'll click, like, for instance, Umatilla. Let's say I'm going to have let's say I was going to be the guy who got Gators of Umatilla, not of Claremont.
No.
Although you literally could throw a football and hit Claremont, and that's with a bad arm that I got. So anyhow, if I go to Umatilla to the Gators, and you're my buddy, and I have you on my friends list, and underneath your name it says Umatilla, Florida, right? Yeah. I'm just guessing. Did you know that you can click that Umatilla, Florida?
No.
Right, and you know what? You know what happens when you click that Umatilla, Florida?
What?
It takes you to every fucking Facebook account in Umatilla starting with A.
No shit, I didn't know that.
And you can just go friend request, friend request, friend request, friend request, friend request. Now check this out.
That's a good idea.
Then you fucking get your promos together, and you type out something. This is what I would say. This is what I said. Mm-hmm. Thank you for the acceptance. I'm a podcaster, comedian, promoter, producer, and edgy motivator. Enjoy the high drinks and follow the chaos. We out here, AB. And it was just, and then I had a picture that I would drop, paste. So all of a sudden, everybody they kind of knew. They didn't just guess after 20 posts, oh, he's a comedian. No, I knew up front I was a comedian, you know what I mean? And then the other thing is once I hit 5,000, you know what I did next?
What?
Messenger. Umatilla Messenger.
People starting to get annoyed at that, but like I said, you got to shove it down their throat till they love it.
But here's the thing, though, what you end up starting getting. This is the equation. Now Umatilla, here's the thing too. You got your thing set up in Umatilla.
Yeah.
So if you want another room, out of respect, you go to another town. So the next town's Claremont.
Yeah.
But I would go to the other side of Claremont. Like, not long distance, but it's kind of that thing where I was trying not to say it in front of Russ.
Yeah.
That guy took his big ass cock out and pissed all over everybody because he's so goddamn successful. So everybody's scared of him because he could just buy up your night.
Shit.
And take it from you. So I try not to say it because technically that's too close. But it's a different night and it's twice a month. It shouldn't interfere. And that's it. It doesn't matter.
No. I mean, I've already...
But out of respect, I'm just giving you, like, this is what I'm looking at as far as what you're telling me you want to expand.
Yeah.
And the other thing is we talked about the pricing, but I've talked to people, this is hilarious. I'll go to a person and I'll be like, hey, let me ask you a question. How much you getting for this? Oh, I charge X amount of dollars. And I'm like, oh, damn, that's good. I go, how many rooms you got that? And they're like, well, none. This one's free. And that one over there. You know, and they'll pay them like $50. But the thing is once you have your social media game on point, because that's another thing that it's almost like when I walk in to do a sales pitch, I have 7,000 followers on my social media platform. And in addition to that, which I'm going to get you introduced to her soon, you need to find you, like, I doubt you, no offense, fucking Umatilla, but I doubt you guys have a badass, edgy magazine editor.
We got a newspaper. We got a newspaper called The Outpost, but that's about it.
Fuck the Outpost. Don't fuck the Outpost. We love you, Outpost. You're all the shit.
We were featured in The Outpost, so that was a big honor. Our comedy show got put in The Outpost.
But what you need to do is find Claremont probably has one because you need to find the suburbs of Orlando.
I've already hit up. I've been to, when I first started this, like 7 months ago. We did it at Gators of Umatilla. It was convenient because I live right upstairs. You know, good luck trying to rob me. You're not going to get much. But I went downstairs and then I started branching out.
Upstairs.
I live right upstairs from Gators Umatilla, right upstairs.
So you live in the restaurant?
I can hear them washing their fucking dishes all day. Like I live right there.
That's so cool.
That is cool, right? So I just took advantage of the situation. But I was like, all right, I got this little speaker like you got over there. You showed me your first speaker. I think that's awesome. I got this little speaker they gave us and I started going to other bars and it was hard to go to these other bars at the time. I was like, fuck it. I'm just going to look for other open mics. Hit up 24 Tap Room in Leesburg. Big shout out to 24 Tap Room in Leesburg.
Just keep talking.
Started doing that, and I went out to these other bars, and I wasn't ready at the time. I didn't have the equipment that we needed, so we I backed off, and I've just been doing my own room, and I've been doing 24 tap room. Now that I met you, stumbled into Pug's Pub. We talked before already. Now that I met you and see that you're doing all this other shit, that's motivated
So
me.
you have another room?
I'm gonna start other rooms. I'm
I'm 24 tap room?
No, it's not my room. It's just an open mic.
Oh, okay, very good.
It's an open mic that I go to. Shout out to Josh Dean Williams and
that's Wednesday.
Zach Maruniak. Well, Wednesdays.
Right.
Yeah. They run the place. Real good guys. It's mainly music. I go up there. Sometimes people are there to watch. Sometimes they're not. But it's a good testing ground. It's a good place to work your stuff out. But I'm gonna start hitting up these other places. You got Pug's Pub? Like there's like Gators, there's Crazy Gator right there. There's all these other bars that we can network together. You grab one, I grab one. You grab one, I grab one. We can network this shit.
So check this. Let me show you what I got.
Yeah.
Spanglish. Be like you, me, Eugene Torres. Man, if I got Miguel Colon, he would be the headliner, but it would be ridiculous. It would be like twins.
We can make jokes about it. We can work with that.
But Miguel Colon would be the hottest ticket as far as a Latino headliner. So that's one tour I was already kicking around thinking about since we met.
Right on.
And then the other one I was thinking was going to be called the Racy Tour. And it'll be an ethnically diverse. So there's the Shireen, who's a Muslim woman. Mm-hmm. There's,
That's awesome. A Muslim woman doing comedy? Yeah. That's fucking awesome.
She's badass.
That's great.
Shout out, whatever the fuck. Anyway, I'm bad at names. But I don't think she cares for my style of humor.
Yeah. Even if they don't, they'll still listen.
I really want her to come on my show, though, because I'm all about, like, a dirty mouth Muslim woman who's, like, a serious Muslim. That would be a great message to have a conversation.
Yeah.
But now check it out. So it would be like you. She would probably be the headliner because she has the biggest. She was Monster Comic of the Year like 2 years ago.
That's great.
And then let's like Jesse is a white dude. I'm just an MC. Uh-huh. Jesse is a white dude. And then Reed Nevins is the ginger. How funny would that be, right?
He's a ginger, isn't he?
Ginger is a motherfucker.
Damn, I don't know how I feel about that guy anymore.
So the point is that would be the racy show. So there's one of every race and a ginger.
That's crazy. That's crazy that you mentioned that, because when I first started this, what I'm trying to do with my room, because it's a small ass redneck country town, but it's very diverse. It's very diverse. If you go down to Golden Gem in Umatilla, shout out to Golden Gem, and yell out La Migra, you'll watch fucking 50 hectares scatter out in different directions and Jose running from the INS and shit, right? If you go down to the south side, which south side, everybody tells me don't go down to the south side because it's ghetto. I go down there and I see a neighborhood watch sign and a lady walking a fucking shih tzu. It's nice, all right? Mm-hmm. I'm from the ghetto. Shout out to New York and Phoenix. So but there's a lot of black people. What?
They're taking. My daughter wants to go to NYU.
Oh man!
Fuck New York City.
New York City. I'm upstate.
Because my daughter is. I blame the little. What's the redheaded anorexic chick? Lindsay Lohan. I blame her. Yeah, right. I blame Lindsay Lohan because when my kids were young, impressionable, and watching the best movies. Her movies were the ones that they were watching.
That's a terrible role model.
There was one that they really freaked out where she lost her luck, and the whole first third of the movie is her living this awesome, where they're in the nightclubs in New York and they're driving in limos, and then Sex and the City came out, and that's just and they fuck friends, because my kids are like, yeah, we're gonna go live where the coffee shop is at Friends. I'm like, yeah, you can't afford to live. It doesn't matter though.
You know Rachel and Ross got back together?
Fuck, I don't know nothing about it. I haven't had TV in 20 years.
No, that's it.
I'm not connected to cable in any way. That if you want to get somebody legitimately that doesn't know shit to be in a jury, but they can't find me.
Cuban, German,
motherfuckers.
What's the address here?
No, this is as far as the universe is concerned. This is the basement of that big castle we came in.
That is, man. Door. It was good. There's a dragon.
And I talk about the single wide castle next to us.
Nice.
Anyway, so we have a double castle, a double wide castle.
Oh yeah.
But the point is, there's a gigantic pussy needing fucked. Because these little towns are so tired of they don't want to drive to Orlando. Yeah, they're starving for entertainment.
Man. When you said that at Denny's, that's why I rolled my eyes at that, because that resonated with me. Did you know that Altoona, Florida. Altoona, Florida, Umatilla, Florida. That area was designated as the original building spot for Disneyland. Which is now located in Orlando. Altoona, this is a story I've heard. I don't know how accurate it is, but I know this.
Kissimmee.
Well, okay, Kissimmee, but it's that area. It's that area right there, Lake County.
Will kick
right?
your ass if you say that.
Whatever, dude. I'm not scared of Kissimmee.
But I hope you blend in real good out there.
There's a shrine. There's a statue dedicated to Walt Disney's parents in the what was the cemetery? Cemetery that they're in. Never mind. There's a cemetery out there.
Cemetery.
But anyways, the point is that Walt Disney was gonna build Disney World out there, but it didn't happen. It got moved to Orlando for certain reasons.
Kissimmee.
wait. Disney World is in Kissimmee.
Right.
Anywho, it was supposed to be in Altoona, Florida, right? It was supposed to be in Altoona, Florida. It didn't happen because Altoona, a fire got set to it. And it was almost destroyed, and there was a problem with the building area, so we moved it to Orlando. But I'm a deep believer, and I see this coming to this town. I came here from a big-ass city to a small-ass town, which is a bit of a culture shock. People usually do it the other way around, where they leave their small-ass town and go to a big-ass city. I came from a big-ass city to a small-ass town to find myself. I didn't. I see a lot of potential in Umatilla. I see a lot of potential around here in Lake County. And I feel like, not to say that Walt Disney's Nazi ass is my fucking spirit looking guide, but I feel like I see the same potential that he saw here. I feel like there's still a big fucking keg of magic that's gone untapped, and
some anti-Semite magic.
And some anti-Semite. Shout out to the Jews. I love you guys. You keep our industry going. But still, even the most racist motherfucker in the world, whoever he is, could see good. Hitler was a terrible person, but people were like, oh shit, he's a good guy. You can be a dick, but you'd still have good shit to say. You'd just be a large,
sure could
glowing
paint the
dick.
shit out of that turtle head,
right? He could. He was a good artist, man. Shit.
That's an old school throwback. There was a thing where you drew a turtle head and sent it in.
I remember that. Right. I remember those commercials.
He was a painter.
Yeah.
And he was a very talented painter. He sent his painting in and they rejected him. And had they only let him go and paint his fucking paintings.
God damn.
But no, we ain't going there because I'm not well enough versed in politics to know.
I don't like to speak too much of politics.
Yeah, I will shit all over. But there was that documentary series of movies that The History of the World on Netflix, one of the big directors or whatever, and basically, how is it that y'all don't know what I'm talking about?
You're old, man. I'm sorry.
But this was the guy. He's a super big director. But anyways, he did a series, a documentary, and basically the reason why we were able to get set up the way we did was because of the World War II situation. So the leverage that I want to say Roosevelt, but it might not have been the leverage that it wasn't Roosevelt. The leverage that he used to get the contract signed to give them their power as the superpower, that third or fourth power or whatever it was, that all was because of Hitler. And then the Americans came and then whooped that ass.
America! Big shout out to America.
Which really the only thing that saved all of. I jokingly say, but seriously say that America is a fat. The guy who runs the horse track, he had a really good thing. He says everyone else thinks Americans are soft. He says we might be soft, but we're tough. Okay, so what I always say jokingly but half serious is the reason why we're able to get away with what we get away with is because we're on the whole other side of the world and we see you coming.
Yeah.
And we all have guns. And that's a big problem to a lot of these countries.
Oh, they don't want
They don't know. Like Ireland, for instance, no one has a gun in all of Ireland. That's why they, say where they come out with the sticks and the shovels because they didn't have guns. Meanwhile, everyone except me, I don't have a motherfucking gun.
Me neither.
If you're gonna come and get me, motherfucker, just please make it a clean kill. I don't want to hurt. Okay? Listen, people will come in my door. I'm in the room listening, and I hear somebody come in, and I go, "If you're here to kill me, please aim right." They're like, "Bitch, it's just me." I'm like, "I'm just checking."
I don't want to bleed out. That doesn't sound like a fun time. So you should get this over with.
So the thing is because we're on the other side of the world, young people wearing flip-flops think they can have a say. They think they know. I love my daughter, my youngest daughter, and my oldest daughter, but my oldest daughter is a little slick. She either doesn't let me know what she's thinking as far as her politics, but my youngest one, she thinks she knows it fucking all.
She got it down. And she took a liberal arts course and was ready.
Well, my youngest daughter, both of my daughters are very high academia, but my youngest daughter was in the top 1% of the top 1%.
Oh, shit.
So she legitimately has education. She has a lot of facts running around in her head, but she has no wisdom, no life experience, right? So I watch these things on YouTube all the time where there's like this little Chinese kid. He's so small he can't reach the pedals. So he stands with his hip like 45 degree on the front of the seat, and he with his foot he can control, and with one hand he steers, and with the other hand he's shifting this gigantic front end loader that'll do like a 1-ton dump.
Jesus Christ.
And it's in this giant rock quarry, and there's a bunch of these little kids driving these tractors
What
around.
the fuck?
Now the reality is I'm thinking these are his sons, and he's teaching them the family business.
Oh,
but
no.
the point is these children do this for fun. I mean, they're learning a great trade, but these kids have more hand-eye coordination at 4 years old. An army of these little son bitches can come up from out of the water.
Damn.
And they're like spider monkeys, bro.
Yeah, shit.
So the point is the only reason we can even talk, like, we're cocky.
Yeah.
Because everywhere else on the other side of the world, all the countries are together.
Yeah.
So if somebody sneezes hard in England, you can hear it in Germany. It's all together.
Oh, yeah.
But we're on the other side. We got to worry about Canada and the South America. Fuck them. They're fucked.
We're about to build a wall through Mexico. We don't have to worry about them no more.
So the thing is you know,
Shout out to Mexico.
And I jokingly say there's 3 things that if things work out, these are the 3 things that young people don't realize they got to worry about. 1, those fucking immigrant kids on the other side of the earth that are driving these tractors, they're not the only ones. All those other races are raised up hard. These kids, Russians, they wrestle bears.
Russians are some hard motherfuckers.
That dude.
I ain't so tough. I kick bunny in ass and make sock.
That Khabib Nurmagomedov. Do you watch UFC?
No, you see.
Yeah, you should. There's a dude, Khabib. He wears this Russian hat, and the guy wrestles like 165. I don't know. Fuck you if I don't know the goddamn weights, all right? So I get shit. The UFC, motherfucker, you're supposed to be a fan of everything. I like the art of the fight.
I like watching people get punched in the face.
When Khabib is 8 years old, he wrestles a bear. There's film of him wrestling a fucking grizzly bear, a little cub. He's wrestling.
Okay.
Yeah, but the fucking it's
still a bear.
8 years old, and the bear is the same size as him.
That's the same difference
So
between a man and a bear.
this dude mauls people. He's undefeated. He mauls people. He's so bad. So the thing about it is there's a whole shitload of these motherfuckers, but they can't get to us before we see them.
Yeah,
nanny,
exactly.
No, we got boo boo.
We got the Pacific and the Atlantic between us. We're good.
So the big 3 is those immigrant people. 1, 2. True shit. The polar ice caps are melting. Now, do you know why the polar ice caps are melting is a bad thing?
Because global warming.
But why?
Because we'll fucking drown.
Technically, that's what you think, right?
That's what I've been told.
Yeah.
That's
you know why? So underneath this top layer of frozen earth, miles deep, that's currently melting at a rate that's alarming.
You're talking about Antarctica?
In the polar ice caps. Whatever the fuck that means, they're melting at an extreme rate that's never been seen before. Underneath that is a layer of whatever fossils and whatever that shit that happened, which, by the way, what happened was the third part. Once it hits oxygen, it becomes a noxious gas that cannot be fixed. Like, once it hits the air, it will poison the atmosphere and kill everybody. When I say everybody, I mean everybody. And this is one of those deals that when you ask 100 scientists, there is no, 45% of the people feel like it's, no, they're like, no, it's going to happen, we're fucked. Everybody in the world, all the scientists are there, and they're all going, what the fuck are we going to do? And they're like, I don't know, what are you going to do? And I'm like, I don't know. And they're having a problem figuring this shit out. That's happening right now as we speak. That's number 2. Number 3 is people would shit themselves and not worry so much about life if they knew how many asteroids float by this earth this close to hitting us all year, every day. If you knew, you would fucking lose hope. If you look at the middle of the United States, where all that desert is, and you look at it from the space, do you ever notice there's a big ass fucking crater Remember that you know, you've seen it in all the maps. There's that weird round shape that's out there where Nevada is and shit. That used to be a lush rainforest, beautiful like Florida. A fucking meteor hit it once upon a time. That's why there's this giant impact in the side of the earth in that fucking part of the United States.
Shit.
Now this happened a bazillion years ago, right? Yeah. Okay. So any one of those three things, if none of that happens and we keep moving forward in a wonderful way, then 20, 30, 50, 100 years from now, your great grandkids are going to be able to look back and see this interview. And this is more of a conversation, just getting to know each other and shit.
Yeah.
So you were a city boy and you came to the country. You came for family or with family? That happens a lot.
I came from Troy, New York, where I'm from. I came down here and moved in with my mom. She already had roots down here. Stayed with her for a little while. Stayed with grandparents for a little while, and then I went out and I met some buddies, met some friends, met up some people who I met here when I was younger. Used to come down here during the summers, and we got a trailer together. I moved in with them. There was 4 dudes living in a 2-bedroom trailer. It smelled like ball sack and Doritos, but we had a good ass time. Yeah. It was fucking ultimate bachelor pad.
Ball sack Doritos.
Oh, dude, it was like a locker room up in that bitch. But it was. I came down here. I got a job at the local chicken place there. Not gonna mention their name, but I got fired from there, and I got the job at Circle K. Started there. Was working there overnight. Was living off of fucking hot dogs and taquitos off the grill. Remember those nights? Yeah, that's fucking just grinding by.
You work there too now?
No, but we lived together. He was my roommate, and I was just kind of floating along, man. And I watched this show on Showtime. I was stealing the Wi-Fi from Gators of Umatilla downstairs. Shout out to Gators of Umatilla. Thank you for the Wi-Fi. And I was watching a show on Showtime called I'm Dying Up Here, which is about stand-up comedians, executive produced by Jim Carrey, stand-up comedians trying to make it in LA during the 1970s. It's based off of a book, and it really spoke out to me because a lot of these guys had some similar problems. It's a lot of the same life that I did, coming from School of Hard Knocks, lived in the ghetto, all that, sob backstory. But in my whole life, comedy stuck out to me. I've always been I was the class clown. Mm-hmm. I always liked making people laugh. That was the one in I had with girls, other than the fact that I'm ridiculously good looking. But it was making them laugh, and
very dashing.
I was like, thank you. You're not so bad yourself, man. You're all right.
I'm not gonna fuck you.
No. It's completely platonic. Completely. Right, no. You got socks on? You got socks?
No, Bruno. Yes, I wear dress socks.
Right,
I don't
cool.
fuck.
That's kind of gay.
No. Well, actually, if you saw my wardrobe, you would think I was gay. If you saw my silk sheets, you'd think I was gay. If you saw what I did to make this pretty, you'd think I was gay.
When you told me the other night you had an angry gay queen in the car, I was like, I questioned whether or not you were gay. I was like, that's cool. Not that there's anything wrong with
here right now, you cunt. Because I was like, dude, here's the deal: 80,000 subscribers on YouTube equates to around $4,000 a month. Because if you hit 4,000 subscribers, you can monetize. Once you monetize, YouTube can't get people to their show unless people come to the show for somebody. So people who have, like Joe Rogan, if you make $4,000 on 80,000 subscribers, and Joe Rogan has 3 million subscribers on YouTube alone, he's averaging $100,000 per episode, and he sells out a stadium and never even puts an ad out.
Jesus tits.
He's the #1 podcast in the world.
Oh, I'm sure, absolutely. I have no doubt
So the deal is, this fucking guy. And the other thing about it is, and that's why I keep telling you two should have your own podcast. Are y'all living together now?
No.
I mean, our roommates, motherfuckers. That's what I meant. No, the reason I'm saying is because you can do a podcast, like Podbean gives you the option to do a podcast for free. You just talk. Because Jesse's podcast is audio only. Most of Joe Rogan's fans are audio only because they listen to it on iTunes. And then you upload everything to all these things for free. You just have to consistently do it. But the deal is this. If you have, like, I have 7,000 total right now. I have 60 people on my podcast. 60 followers. Mm-hmm. Hopefully 62 if you guys would like it. But the point is if you say, hey, I'm going to come out with a shirt, and I already have it laid out, I already have a design, shout out buckwholesale.com will do one color shirt with one color, with like a black shirt with a white thing on it for $6 a shirt.
Shit.
But you have to buy 100. All right. So you buy $600 worth of shirts, but then you sell them for $25 a piece or two for $45. If you have people who love you, they'll buy it just because they want you to be successful.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
So if I have 7,000 people and 500 of them bought a $25 shirt,
that's bang.
see what I'm saying?
That's bad.
And then you take that merchandise. Every show you should have merchandise. I sold Kratom. I own a distributorship for Kratom. I own my dick pill, and I'm about to go and look at those.
You just call it a dick pill. Like it's just
shout
a
out,
dick pill.
Anybody want to bludgeon their ladies in their face with a giant cock? Fucking holler at a brother. ArticulateBarbarian.com. I got you set.
It's not the dick pill. It's his cock. He's gonna bludgeon her in the face.
But seriously though, and all joking aside, I bought a Kratom distributorship. I bought a fucking dick pill. I'm buying those goddamn 1,200 Egyptian sheet cottons because I fully intend. Shout out Mike Hurley. He taught me this. He orders his shit. It comes in 3 UPS trucks because that's how he gets the price point. Because you have to buy. His whole garage is full of watches and wallets.
Shit.
And he built that fucking wallet. He designed it, sent it to China, and they made it for him. He's a smart dude. So the point is you have to have all these little things going at the same time, as well as, dude, a headliner for Bonkers gets paid $100. That's a fucking legitimate circuit. The Bonkers circuit is 30, 50, 100. Mm-hmm. MC, feature, and headliner. So if you do 3 nights, because that's what it is, it's Thursday, Friday, Saturday. So you do Sanford, Crystal River, Ocala. That's $300 in 3 nights. Not horrible, considering you're doing 45 minutes a night. Yeah. But you have to cover your own expenses to get there. So everybody piles in, and that's where you get that bonding time where y'all fart on each other and shit. I'm 42 fucking years old. I got no time for people farting on me. Don't fart in my car. See what I'm saying? Shit. So I book my own shit, and I build my own rooms, and I'll sell my own merchandise, and I have my own podcast, and I'm building my own social media. I go to radio shows. I've been on Quan, so thankful, who's a fucking riot, a crazy ass, no fucking format. Everyone just talks over each other. I've been over to Frank's place for a 30-minute radio show for internet radio podcast. I've been all over the place. Dude, one night at Fat Daddy's, I did the night before I did Divorce from Reality. Shout out Matt Gray. I did his show with Big Tim Burton. And then the next day I open up my show and the guy comes in. He's like, hey, how you doing? I heard your show last night on Matt Gray on Divorce from Reality. I'm like, word? He's like, yeah, I'm the host of Taking Out the Trash podcast. Word? I'm on his show coming up in a month.
Damn, bro.
So I don't fuck around because what it is it's just people hearing your name. So you know how many times, like when we met, you're like, oh my God, I heard about it. Oh my God, I heard about you. So that's because you got to move, you got to hustle.
Yeah, shove that shit down the
So, all right, we're going to go ahead because this motherfucker has to get some sleep. Ahead of you. So,
I can't wait to do this again, though.
Let's wrap up with a message to the universe.
First off, we talked a lot here today about, we're doing this. We're doing this, and we're both, you've been in here for a year. You've been doing it for a year. I've been doing it for 7 months.
Well, a year and 4 months.
A year and 4 months. I've been doing it for 7. All right, you've been doing it twice as long as I have. Fuck you. People probably seeing this, or who sees my flyers or sees your flyers, especially people within the Orlando comedy scene. Again, nothing speaking negative of them.
Bitch
people
ass
who've
trolls.
Been out there for a while. I don't agree with that. That's opinions. Not.
You know who you are. Not all of y'all.
The specifics. Those who you are. You know who
the
you
ones
are,
who are hitting with me. Y'all know it ain't about y'all.
But those out there who see this and they're like, "Who the fuck are you guys?" That's a legit question. Who the fuck are you guys? But the way we market ourselves and the way I'm putting myself out there is like you said it to me, you're creating your own opportunities. You're going out there and you're doing it for yourself. You're not waiting for it to come to you. You're going to go out there and you're going to get it. This is my message to current, future people. If you want something, dude, you have to go out there and you have to get it. It is not going to come to you. A million opportunities are going to pass you and every other lazy ass motherfucker sitting on his couch waiting for shit to happen. I've been that and I can be that sometimes, and I'd probably be a lot further in this if I hadn't been waiting so long. But if you want something, you gotta go out there and get it. If you want to have experience in something, you have to throw yourself to the wolves and get that fucking experience. Experience is the best teacher. All right, and the way that we are marketing ourselves, who the fuck are we? Listen, if you are not on that stage to be the headliner every single night, if you do not have the mentality that you are a star, what the fuck are you doing up there in the first place?
It's fucking brilliant. Is that you're done?
Okay, pretty much.
All right. Well, there you have it. We're gonna pass that off around, plate around now. Your boy over there is cold, so he goes and grabs a jacket, thinking I'm assuming it's your jacket. and let me guess, you smell that badass cologne, and you're like
Like, Juan don't smell like that. That don't smell.
he's like,
No, I'm Mexican.
he's like, this jacket smells like a romance novel.
Right? Giving my boy the vapors over there. Oh man!
Thank you for coming on the show this evening.
Absolutely.
The Juan and only Juan Pantaleon. We're gonna have you back on again real soon.
Fuck yeah.
And like I said, the world's our oyster, man. We got a lot of future to get and grab it. And Miguel Colon, look, I found your little brother, motherfucker.
Maybe some relation if you're Mexican or Puerto Rican, probably.
Shit, he's El Salvadorian. He might still be related to you.
I don't know.
I'm just playing. I think he's Puerto Rican as fuck. So, love, peace, chicken grease. We out here, April 14th, big show. Well, already by the time this comes on, we already slayed the Grown and Sexy that we're doing tomorrow night. Club Diamond Sports Bar. Shout out Thomas Mosley. Shout out fucking communities trying to build something at the same time. The Electric Bill Circuit is coming. Thank you for coming on the show. All right, that's a really awkward handshake.
That was. You know what?
All right, look, here we go. There you go. Love, peace, chicken grease. We out this bitch. Peace. All right, and then we'll edit all this shit out.
Fuck yeah, man.
Beautiful.